So the pluses, I think, are convenience. In many cases, guaranteed payment by your insurance company because they already have a contract pre-existing. And those can be those benefits can be substantial. So if it is 10 o'clock at night and you have a problem, you might be able to see somebody on one of those applications, whereas your local doctor may or may not be available to you. And that may enable you to not have to go to the urgent care or an ER and get charged a higher fee for similar care. The negative of it is that many of those applications don't have local capability, meaning it's going to be difficult for them to order testing or order imaging. They may or may not know your health history. They may or may not know what medications you take. You can see instances where you may get fast service, but it may not be the best quality service because that healthcare provider, wherever they are, is number one, not knowledgeable about you and what has gone on with you specifically. And that's not a knock on them, and there's just no way for them to know. And then the second thing is that if you have a more complex problem, that healthcare provider may or may not be linked into the local infrastructure, meaning they may not be able to say, hey, I'm going to order this test and I want you to go here tomorrow and have it done. Hey, I'm going to order this lab and I'm going to follow up on that lab test because it's going to come back to me. Now, some of these services are trying to work on adding some of those other features, and they may get there. They may even have gotten there by now. I don't know all the details of all of them, but not all do. For that reason, in our view, the best combination would be a mix. A locally engaged, I don't know whether they live in the community or not, a locally engaged healthcare provider that knows how your healthcare system works in your local area. They may know who the other doctors are, they may know the hospital system, they may know the ERs, they know what kind of testing resources are available, they have ability to order those things. So they're available to you with the convenience and speed and ease and hopefully low cost of virtual, but they also have that local manifestation or that local access to be able to do other things if you need them. Ideally, it would be best provided by the physicians you already work with on a regular basis, the people that already provide your care. That's not always practical, just based on people need to rest and so they can't be on 24 hours a day and these kinds of things, so it may not always be something that can be worked out. But if and when it can, there's some real power in that mix of virtual and in-person. That hybrid is probably the most potent way to do this and the most, I guess, the way with the strongest potential to really provide strong positive benefits for patients.